Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cross7 and today we are going to be making an installer for your Unity game. So normally when um, you get a Unity game, you'll just get the loose files. So you'll get the main exe and then you get just like the data folders and stuff like that. And it's not the best way to distribute your game because you're gonna have to zip it up into a zip file, and then when someone downloads the game, they can just mess with these data files and potentially mess the game up. So we don't want that. So the best way to get rid of this is to use something called setup compiler or something like that. Oh, I've got no internet. Great. Yeah, so you want to go into the website called jrsoftware.org. Then we want to go download Setup, and then stable release, and then one of these downloads, right? And then you will get the installer, and then you want to install the thingy. So for this example, I'm going to be using the demo for R&B. So yeah, let's get into it. So what you want to do is you want to launch Setup, and straight off the bat you're going to get this welcome screen. So from here we want to click create a new script file. If you don't click this, you're going to get an empty file, and you don't want that because you're not going to know what to do after that. So you're going to press OK. Then you want to click next, keep this as default, click next. Then what you want to call it anything you want. So like I'm gonna call it R and B, right? And version 1, and I'll just call this Cross7, right? And I'll put my website here. Don't forget to check out the website, please. Oh, .weebly.com. Click next. Over here we can keep these default. If you want to change the destination for where your game is gonna like install itself, you can change it, but it's best to keep it at just the programs folder. So you go next, and then now is where we assign what files we need to make our installer. So for the application main executable, we want to browse and we want to find our game, the exe file for our game. So RMB, and then we want to click the exe file for that. And then here we want to add a folder. So what this is doing is basically getting all the files we need to build the exe file to make it run. So instead of just adding these individually, what you want to do is you want to add the parent folder where your exe file is stored. If you don't do this, it won't work. You will always get an error saying there's a data file missing. You don't want this, it won't run otherwise. So you want to press OK, and then you want to press yes. And so this is basically saying get all the files in this folder, right? So that's all your game files. So you want to click next, and this you can keep at default. If you can mess about with this a bit, but I normally just keep it at default. So yeah, go next. Now here's the interesting part. You can add txt files for your license information, the information to show before your installation, information for after the installation. These can just be text files. So like for example, I'm just gonna have these text files. So I can put license.txt. For this one, I can put like something. I don't know. I can put info, and then here I can put readme, and then next. Here, this you can keep this as default as well. And then if you've got a different language, you can just choose which language you want to install it as. I'm just gonna keep it out English because that's all I have. That's all I know really. And here you want to put the custom compiler output folder. So what this is you're telling where to store your installer.exe, right? So here, I just want to choose my stuff folder, right? So that's where it's going to store the installer file, right? So here you can just call it RB setup, and here you can add like a custom icon. Oof, I need an icon. I don't have an icon for this. Oh, no, you do. Okay, that's not going to be the right icon, but let's keep it at that because I don't have the right icon. Here we can keep it at default. If you want to add a password, you can, but best not to. This keep this as yes, because this is basically just making it speed up the process. So like the packaging process is a lot faster if you use this. So make sure you use this. Next, and then yeah, so this is finished. You want to press finish, and then when it says inno setup compiler, would you like to compile the new script? If you want to compile it straight away, if you want to have the installer file straight away, just press yes, and it will it will pack the installer file and store it in the directory you specified. And you can also press no if you don't want to do it, and if you want to just save it for later. It saves as an ISS file, and then when you want to go back and compile it, you can open the ISS file and it'll open up, and then you can compile it from there. So I want to compile it now straight away. Do you want to save the file before compiling? You can save the file. If you think you're going to come back to this and edit it a bit, you can save it. I'm not going to come back to this, and also I'm probably going to delete the installation file straight away. So after recording this video, so I'm not going to save it. You can if you want, but there you go. So now it's gonna pack all the files into an installer. Any minute now. Obviously, it depends on how big your game is and how many files you have. It's going to take longer the more files you have and stuff like that. So it'll pack. It doesn't normally take this long, I promise. Okay, this should be finished. There we go, it's finished. You can see here, it says finished. So we can go out of setup now, and then go to the directory you chose for this installer, and then there it is. So it'll save I can't speak today. It'll save it as an exe file, and it'll have the file name that you specified. Basically, when you click on it, it will just literally just be like an installer, like you have for like all the other apps that you've ever installed. So like this is your license file. This is what was inside my license file. Accept agreement, next, and then I have my the info file, and then it'll ask me, yes, do you want to install, and do you want to create a desktop shortcut? Yes, I do. And then install, and it'll install all normally there, and then it'll have the information after the installation, then next, then finish. Then what it should do is it should launch it straight up. You see? Save and quit, and it should make a there you go. It should make a desktop shortcut. You can open it, and it works. So now it's stored in the program files. There's no way for like a user to accidentally just mess up the data files and breaking the game essentially. And yeah, it's just so much better. So yeah, that's about it really. That is literally it. It's really easy. It's all you need is this thingy. Also, did I mention in the setup icon, it has to be a .ico file, because otherwise it doesn't support PNG or JPEGs. So make sure you use .ico. So I mean, yeah, that is about it. That's how you make an installer file for your Unity game, which is really easy. You could do this for like any exe file you have. Say you have loose files. So what I have here is a Trello exe, but the thing is, Trello doesn't actually have an app like a downloadable exe. So when I packed the Trello website into an exe, it literally just gave me a whole load of just loose files. So what I can do is I could do the same steps. Right? I can choose this exe file, I can name it Trello, and then for my add folders, I can use this folder, and it will pack all of these files into the installer, and then you can install it like that. Also, if you're wondering how I did get like a Trello exe file, I'll make a video on that. I'll make a video on that today actually, and it might be out at the same time as this video, but yeah, it basically acts like the website and all of that. So yeah, I'll make a video on that as well. But yeah, you can use like all these loose files and pack it into an installer with Setup. It works with anything really, not just Unity. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful tool, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I really wanted to talk about today. I did make a blog post on this, so if you can't understand what I'm saying because like, you know, my language is really bad or something, I don't know. You can read that blog post. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below if this worked for you. If you have any problems with it, just comment down below and I'll try and reply. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See ya.